Yeah. So, well, first of all, it's a dry. It needs dry air because it's an indoor instrument. So if I was blowing into this, the reeds would all seize up. So. Bagpipes, you're blowing straight into the bag with the mouth, whereas I have a bellows that's supplying dry air. It needs dry air.
Hence the name Uilleann.
Uilleann, yeah.
So Uilleann is Irish for?
Elbow.
Elbow, yeah.
And the chanter then, and the main thing in the chanter is that it's a full 2 octaves. So it's got a much wider range than the other bagpipes. Like ordinary bagpipes would have and a note below that. So they don't have a 2 octave scale. Most of the bagpipes don't. So this would have started off as an instrument that you held up off the knee like that. It was an instrument called the pastoral pipes. And at some point they modified the joint at the bottom, put it on the knee and realised by overblowing they could get a 2nd octave.
Explain overblowing.
Just blowing, you'd stop the chanter and pump harder.
Right.
It's just like blowing a 2nd octave on a whistle,
Oh, okay. So more pressure in and then higher notes.
Yeah.
And that's how you get the octave.
The reed
there.
jumps up to the 2nd octave then.
So you got to be precise in the amount of air that you put in. What happens if you're not precise?
Yeah, well, you miss the octave maybe.
What's the sound like?
Yeah.
Can you give us a demonstration?
Well, you just get the lower note. If I was trying to play, you just go.
Okay, so it jumps up whenever there's enough. It's like a threshold.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's one sound. And the other sound that's familiar that's in common with nearly all the other bagpipes is there's some kind of a drone going on. So there's 3 drones here and they're tuned to the bottom note on the chanter, which is D in this case. There's actually 3 notes there now. There's the tenor drone. It's the same note as the bottom one note, the chanter. And there's a middle one which is slightly longer. It's the same note, D, an octave down. And then the bass drone is a much longer one as well. Another octave down again, giving another D. So the 3 of them together then.
So you have 3 D notes?
3 D notes, yeah.
Wow.
2 octaves apart.
Wow. So low octave, middle, and then higher octave.
Yeah, and then that meets the higher octave. The higher drone meets the bottom of the chanter. And then you're going another 2 octaves up on the chanter then. So there's like a 4 octave spread, if you like, in tones.
And you twisted something there to tune it.
I must have knocked the tenor drone out of tune. The way you tune the drones is by sliding them, You can hear the wobble now if I put it out of tune.
So it's basically you're lengthening the pipe or shortening the pipe to get the right pitch.
Yeah, like a trombone, the way you put it. It's like a trombone slide,
Brilliant.
Yeah. And then what makes them more distinctive again then is there's 3 more keys. So there's 4 reeds so far. There's a reed in the chanter, there's a reed in each of the 3 drones. That's 4 reeds. And then there are 3 regulators. They're pipes that are stopped and they only sound when you press the keys. So there's 3 of those as well. You can play them. But if you play them in 2s and 3s, sometimes 3, you get simple chords.
So they're thirds apart, are they?
What?
They're thirds apart.
Yeah, you have a D and an F, a D and a G, an F and an A. Yeah. So you get different versions of the D and G chord. Most of our tunes are in D and G, so you get that.
And then what about the bass ones and the regulator?
It's the same as the top one, just an octave down.
Are you out of tune in the top one?
What?
The top ones, are they out of tune there? No. Up. Those 2 at the top. The bass one. At the top. Up. The top one.
This one?
Yeah.
Might be, yeah.
Yeah.
In the bass one
And then
so
how
much.
do you tune that top one then?
There's a Russian, there's a piece of wire going up inside it, and you have little pieces of wax on it at different point, and you can adjust the tuning like that, you know.
Oh, so that you can't slide that.
You can slide it, but that'll affect that'll affect every note if you do.
Okay, right.
There's a little pin here.
Sometimes you just have to live with an all out of tune.
Yeah,
note.
that's not a note you'd be playing much now on its
okay.
own, you know.
Okay, grand.
So when you have the three of them together, then like you get a harmony with the drone and the chanter as well, like it.
Wow.
So
So,
you have the
you're
three-
sorry, go ahead. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
you're playing it with your.
Aye.
You're playing it with your wrist, if you like, the heel of your wrist.
Yeah.
You press down the keys.
And are you playing? Can you angle your wrist to play the thirds? Because I noticed you're playing the. Are you playing the fifths there?
Well, you're playing the ones that are you're playing them. They're mostly opposite each other, except the bottom two here, where they're a bit apart. You have to angle like that.
So you can angle
You're
like
catching those two, and yeah,
Wow. Such a complicated piece of equipment.
a bit, yeah. But
So-
it's all gradual. Like when you're learning, you start off with what we call a practice set, which is the chanter. And to work the chanter, you need a bellows and a bag.
Aye.
So you have a bag, bellows, and chanter. That's a practice set. That's what you'd start with.
Right.
And then you would add the drones,
Uh-huh.
and then you would add the regulators. Maybe one at a time. Maybe just start off with one regulator. You know.
So the bellows, I'm just realizing here. See, I've been around the uilleann pipe so many times, and people are explaining to me in the middle of a session, so you're not able to get it all in. But I'm looking at this. You're getting the bellows. You're pumping with one elbow, and
Yeah.
you're collecting in the other.
Yeah, the bellows is your pump. Is a pump.
So where's the air coming from?
There's a little valve here on
Right.
this side, so the air goes in there.
Yeah.
There's a small leather flap in there, a little valve.
Right.
That stops when the air tries to go back out. It's a non-return valve.
Yes.
So the air can only go one way then, so it travels across the tube.
Uh-huh.
So once I start pumping, I just pump away.
Right.
And that's nothing to do with the pressure. You're just topping up the tank. The tank is the reservoir, is the bag. You're keeping that full all the time.
but surely
the
you
pressure is done on from the bag.
But surely you can put too much in, and it could burst.
No, because the pressure, it's really on the left hand side with the pressure on your elbow. You're controlling the rate that it's going into the channel. When
Okay.
you need extra for the second octave or whatever.
Okay.
So, and then it travels into the bag. There's another little non-return valve in here that won't let it come out of the bag. So it can only travel, first of all, up to the chanter.
Right.
And through this stock here, all the other reeds for the drones and the regulators are all housed in that then,
So what happens if you keep pumping and the bag's full? It doesn't go in.
Yeah, it's just stopping. The bellows just won't depress then,
Right, okay.
Yeah.